I kept stammering over and over, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that I had a clear case in my head, but unfortunately, it just fell, and it's kind of pointless leaving it up there anyways. So I was told people attacking Jeremy for having a different, were basically calling out the wokeness, and people were mad. They were saying, "Oh, you have to just let it go because it's still a good show," and that seems like a fair, reasonable thing. But the problem I have is many of those things would be kicking the ground. Okay, there will be if this was the other way around. You know, if this was the other way around, they would be very angry. And secondly, I always like to connect politics, real world politics to. And people will use the excuse, oh, it's the book is political. It's like, okay, but is it real world politics? You know, they always try and say everything. I've noticed something about them, everything is political, unless it comes to gay characters. Because if something is gay in a story, it is not political. Everything else can be political. That is the water, the sunlight, but the gay character can be political. You understand what I'm trying to say? They always say that all the time. They say political, they turn around, do a 180, and say it's not political. It's like, excuse me, you just told me everything is political, and now you're telling me this. It doesn't make sense. Now I'm just jumping the ball over here, but back to this main part. They kind of laugh at Jeremy, and I'm not gonna scroll down the comments because even so, you won't be able to see the comments with this camera. One of the reasons why I'm not really of having this tablet, but it's a lifesaver regardless. The camera isn't just that good, which is unfortunate. Now, Jeremy made a 3-minute video just talking about this, and apparently the people are mad at him. It's like the showrunners literally said this. It's fine to have inspiration in the real world. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so if this show was pro-life, would you say the same thing? Or would you be kicking and screaming? And what people are trying to say is that stop trying to do this because it's not going to help your show. It's gonna murky the waters even more. And it is true. You just remember that some of these shows have a lot of money to burn. House of Dragon, whatever it is, they have a lot of money to burn. Woke people have a lot of money to burn for some reason. And even though they're the most anti-consumer when it comes to selling for a majority audience, for some reason they always have a way. They always have a way to have a lot of money, you know. Um, and moving on, I'm sorry. Today I had a headache. I woke up with a headache. Like last week, basically the side of my head is hurting. Not necessarily a migraine. It's just I just woke up with it. There used to be a couple years ago, I would set an alarm on my phone, and then I would wake up, and then that alarm waking me up. Now, even alarm fault, me waking up just to put the alarm really annoyed me because I just woke up in a sudden shock and my head will be like feeling twisted whatsoever. So I would just get very annoyed by that, you know? So headaches can come all the time, but this headache is not necessarily a natural one. It feels like I needed more sleep. They are pretty mad about this, and moving on. I don't want to talk too much about this type of stuff. It always pisses me off. I'd rather not talk about it, you know? Now we have. Okay, I'm not going to even talk about this because I don't want to be mad. I just want to relax, I have a headache. So, what else can I say? What else can I say, really? Let's talk about Frieza. I don't know, in the manga, in the Dragon Ball Z manga, the latest edition, Frieza gets a new form. Obviously, this was leaked out a couple days earlier, so I saw about it, I hear about it, and let me just say, this new form is interesting. It's an interesting form, basically, Black Frieza, and it's cool. The problem I have is the problem I have with this is that they are really, really gonna use Frieza a lot now. They're gonna use like look. Okay, it seems that Frieza is going to get a final arc. Hopefully, I hope it's not one of those arcs where he still survives because I'm tired of seeing Frieza survive. You know, I'm tired because don't get me wrong, it's kind of cool and No, the Tournament of Power is kind of cool. I'm just saying, but uh, I always that Frieza would be a hindrance character, but it doesn't excuse him for being the character he is. You know, he is such a evil character, and then it's like making more characters. Look, this is what I said. However, I hope its forthcoming arc is the last for Frieza. I think DBS needs more newer villains rather than playing with the old forever. And that's true. Moro was a new, very different. I love that. Um, what else? Moro, Granola. Granola is not necessarily the villain, but Gas and the other guy. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. You know, like they were bad guys. I really like those designs because it wasn't the typical it's Frieza, it's another Cell, it's another Majin. No, it's something totally different. I like about that, you know. Super has a problem with its power, to be very honest. And Dragon Ball Z, at least they had proper power scaling. It was fun, it was amazing, and the final arc was the Majin Buu arc. Yes, we can talk about it every single day. How it again was really terrible because it just sucked to see so much potential wasted. When it came to the Supreme Kai, people think he's such a good badass character. No, he wasn't. When it came to the Z, that was a failure. When it came to Ultimate Gohan, failure. When it came to what else? Fusion dance with Go Tanks. Oh, that was a failure as well, annoying failure. You know, what you expected a lot actually, because let's be real, they did show us Goku coming back and all that type of stuff. It was pretty interesting. Majin Buu, different forms. It was kind of interesting. Deborah was. It could have been such a villain because his design was so specific. You know, so different compared to everyone else. Like this guy could have been really strong. Like he could have been side with Majin Buu. Even on Majin Buu, they could have been like not necessarily pals, could have actually been more nice to him at least and served Majin Buu at least but more, and that would have been fine. And Deborah could have been an interesting. We could have had Deborah versus Vegeta, Majin Vegeta, or Deborah versus Gohan, you know, or Deborah. I don't know, but I'm just saying like Deborah was such a good guy, but it was such an interesting, good design. I would have loved to see more about him. Deborah was unfortunately a failure in the series. Once again, Z promised a lot in the Margin saga. They promised a lot. They did not deliver. It was amazing. At least they delivered with that. Some parts, you know. Uh, Hercule, being a bit more interesting in this arc was kind of fun. I never in the Cell arc. It was just a comedic relief character, but it became more than that. What else? Like a lot of letdowns in that arc, but regardless, it was still a good finale for the finale of Z. But unfortunately, Super came in and a billion power ups. It's always about power ups. Have you ever noticed that? It's always about a different form. It's not about new techniques. It's not about new learning new techniques. It's all about new forms. I don't want to say 100 million times. Okay, we've seen it too many times. Give us like new moves. That would be amazing. You know, does Ultra Instinct count as a new move or does it count as a form or a state or whatever? Like, I don't know, like Kaioken, but something different. Because I'm so tired of seeing the same form over and over and over. Come on. Come on. Come on. Not just the form, but the same moves as well. It's like, stop it. Super Saiyan Blue. Oh, really so surprising. No, it's not. It died after the movie. Then we had the Zamasu. I apologize for any noise in the background. Then, sorry about that. I just got caught up with something else. Like, look at these villains. I haven't seen a villain that looks like that, or this, or this, or this one. Like, there's some cool characters out there. I don't want to see the same Frieza. I don't want to see another Cell. I don't care about Gohan anymore. about Gohan anymore because they bitched him out in Super. They made him feel terrible. They could have done so much better with Gohan, given him his own arc instead of giving a future Trunks or future Trunks. Why do we have to go back with him? Why? Mostly for nostalgia reasons. Why do we have to go back for him? Why couldn't Zamasu go on or something? That could have been more redeeming. But no, they don't want to do that. They did that. It's only nostalgia for them. And when it comes to it looks cool. Black Frieza looks cool. But why not have spikes? Where's where's like a stronger build? Like not like this, but maybe this is popping up even more. Maybe he gets a different head shape. Maybe his legs are different. Maybe he grows more legs. Maybe he grows more arms. That would have been much instead instead of a generic color change because he could have had the color change, but he could also have more to his move. I mean, more to his body because let's be real for a second. This is the same thing. Golden color is golden Frieza. Slap the white is just regular Frieza. Give me something different. Give me something different. Hey, um, so, and secondly, when it comes to the idea of selling toys, if you changed his figure just a bit, you just slightly changed his figure, maybe made his head a bit smaller or bigger, maybe had an arrow come out of his head or something like that, or maybe had his build very different, that will sell more toys. I kid would sell more toys. This is not playing safe. This is playing opposite. This is like you don't want money, basically. Because if you want to sell toys, make the form a bit different. Don't just give a simple color change. You gotta give color change with different aspects, like maybe spikes, or maybe make him look like cooler or something like that. That would have been amazing. That would have been amazing. But this obsession with oh, we just gotta slap another color on it. That's it. Come on. I know he's gonna be strong, but at least give him a new look altogether. Because just giving him the color and the metallic look isn't gonna change anything. You know, like okay, it does change something. We know he's ultra powerful, but still, like give him something else with his look. Maybe make his body pop up a bit more, something like that. I would have loved that because then they're being a bit more creative with the design. It's not so simplex. Moving on. Um, this is just going to be an amazing arc. The artist Toyotaro is going to take a break. Basically the guy who makes the comics for Toriyama. So I'm just saying, he's going to take a break, and I hope this arc does not be a letdown. I want to be very honest. I feel like it's going to be a letdown. You know why? Because people are expecting too much. People are expecting too much, and when you expect too much, a lot of things fall apart. A lot of things fall apart all the time. And it's unfortunate, because once again, they brought Frieza in, which is unfortunate. I want to see him go the best way possible. Maybe have like an arc where Frieza is trying to attack the Omni Kings, and then everyone across the universe are fighting back, fighting against him. That would have been amazing. So amazing. Give Goku new moves and new techniques, you know? Not just the same Kamehameha like a billion times. Give him something different. Because it lost its flavor a long time ago. And when it comes to all these power-ups, give it a break. Give it a break. But unfortunately, you can't do that now because Frieza is more powerful than Vegeta and Goku. So they have to have a new transformation or something like that or whatever. It's just going to be so obnoxious, honestly. And if you look at this, it's like, come on. Come on, you have an interesting villain now. Well, the same villain for the same amount of times. But still, you can actually make this arc very memorable. This should be Frieza's last arc. I wanted to because I don't want to see him again. I'm sorry. I don't want to see him again. He died perfectly well when Trunks came and chopped him up into billions pieces. Why should he come back now? Why? Why should he come back? Why? Like besides the nostalgia reasons he came back, other than that, they brought him for the Tournament of Power. Even though it seemed pretty interesting, it was less annoying, but still, it doesn't change the fact that they brought a villain back, you know. And they use this excuse that there's little people that fighting across the universe. There's little fighters left, which doesn't make sense because I kid you not, you can travel to the different planets and find a fighter in no time. It's just they just wanted to bring Frieza back. They wanted so much, you know. And when it came to Majin Buu, such a failure of a character in Super. I don't think he'll have anything to do in Super now. And look, Majin Buu was more stronger than Frieza. So, obviously they want to hold him back, and now they can't. I mean, I don't think they would hold him Majin Buu back, but I feel like they would because they would just want to focus on Vegeta and Goku transforming to Super Saiyan lesbian 100 billion. That's it. That's it. That's all they're gonna focus on. It's not gonna be fun, to be fair. I want to see more characters. They introduced a plethora of characters in the Tournament of Power. Kind of doubt they're gonna show all of them, but I hope they at least give us some other characters, maybe introduce newer characters in this arc as well. And when it comes to Frieza having his own army, the Frieza Force, guess what? Guess what? They can make a better Frieza Force than the past Frieza Force. You know, Frieza can have some extra characters that can be very memorable. Don't just make it only about Frieza. Give him an army. Give him a good army, not a weak army. Give him an army, and not just underlings that'll just die in a second. I'm talking about characters that last for like months in a fight. That's what I'm talking about. Make new characters. Make different type of characters. And that's it. Give Frieza a small army and make him have like a couple of strong characters. In the Battle of no, Resurrection F. Oh my goodness, F had some really interesting characters, some really interesting characters when it came to like extras or stuff like that. But they killed them off so suddenly. It was not fair. It was so unfair. They killed them off so swiftly. It's not so nice, honestly, because the movie could have been about those extra characters fighting against the other Z warriors, and that could have been in the background um, while Frieza was fighting against Goku and Vegeta. That would have been perfect. But this focus of trying to just make the underlings just underlings. It's pointless. You need to make more good characters, more underlings better. Make an army. Give Frieza a proper army, not a disgraceful army, an army that can actually survive Super Saiyan God. That would be amazing. But I kind of doubt they'll do that because once again, it's like it's so far fetched for even Toyotaro to actually do because I think he has some other plans up his sleeve. But I hope at least it gives more members of the Freezer Force a chance to burnish, because they'll be so cool. And don't just go with the generic designs of the old Freezer Force. Go with some new designs. Okay, that's it. Anyways, I guess that's basically it. Hope you all had a fantastic day. My headache is slightly going away, but I want to go because I don't know what else to say. It should have been a bit better. That's all I'm saying. This super should have been a bit better. But unfortunately they did not focus on being better. Um, which is unfortunate. Anyways, I have to go. Have a fantastic day. I might eat something. I don't know. I had KFC today. Had some leftovers from Saturday. And yeah, that's basically it. Bye.